Your screen should be working, eh? So you can switch it on when you come back.
Hi everybody, welcome to Wild Earth this afternoon. And looks like the zebras haven't really moved too far today. Great to see the little baby zebra. And it looks like they're getting a little bit more relaxed as well, so that's pretty good. My name's Tara, and joining me on camera this afternoon is Sebastian, and back in final control is Craig. So if you would like to ask any questions, then please do. It's always great to hear from you. And we started off this morning with 3 pieces of dung, so it's going to be kind of a over the week thing. So if you can watch as many drives as possible to try and build up a collection of dung, so to speak. And if you'd like to keep a tally of how many dung questions you get right, and let's see who gets 100% at the end. So I do have another piece of dung to show you, but we'll do that in just a short while. I just want to try and get a little bit closer to the zebra. I'm just going to pull forward a little bit more and just see if we can see the baby a little bit better. It's going to be dung and tracks, whatever we can find. But you got to be truthful. By the end of the week, we've got to see who gets 100%. So whether you're only able to join us on one drive, you can still get 100%. Let's see how we go. Good afternoon, all stations. Any updates for this afternoon?
Yeah, afternoon, Tara. Nothing so far. Only Gurulang corridor. Coming from Filmon Deep
Oh.
to the north, and then it's close again to the east to the big block.
Copy that, thank you. If any of the stations are interested, there's some mangua on quarantine.
Okay, come here.
It's still very fuzzy, this little zebra. You can work out those shadow stripes on the rump, which are very characteristic of this species of zebra. Birchwills or plains, or even common zebra as they're called. Now, the question often gets asked, are they white with black stripes or black with white stripes? And I've often thought it would be white with black stripes because there seems to be a lot more white on the body. A little while ago someone sent through an interesting study that had been done on embryos of zebras, and they found that it seems the black stripes develop before the white stripes, so it's possible that they're actually black with white stripes. But no one's really too sure exactly why they have stripes in the first place. It could be any number of reasons, from confusion, trying to confuse the carnivores, because it's very difficult to see where one zebra ends and the other one starts when they're standing all together like this. We can maybe pan across to the other three. I don't know if they're going to be behind the tree for you. Oh, there we are. So especially when you just look at them from a distance, it's very difficult to determine how many there are sometimes and where they all start. Even camouflage, now when they're out on the open plain like this, it's difficult that, but once they go into the thick bush, or even just a few bushes, they suddenly become almost invisible because those stripes actually break up the outline of the body. Some even say or suggest that it's temperature regulation, and there possibly being an extra layer of fat underneath the black, so that helps to insulate the zebra when it's very cold, especially during the winter time. Cold mornings might actually help to increase the body temperature, and the white reflecting the heat of the day. It may even set up a small current, so the black absorbing the heat, the white reflecting the heat. It may even just force air over the body. You get tiny little currents over the body which could help to keep them slightly cooler. It's also thought that some flies get confused. And they don't see the zebra too well because of the stripes on the body, although unfortunately it doesn't always help them with other species of fly and biting insects. You can see they're getting quite irritated. Tails are swishing. You can see sometimes the flanks or even the legs just twitching, and that's trying to shake off the flies. Shaking of the head and the ears. Biting. And the way the mother and foal are standing, it's quite normal for a zebra, and quite often they'll stand nose to tail and make use of the other's tail as a fly swat. Everyone's just saying that Karula's tracks have been seen heading into the block where we lost Induna this morning. So I think it might be worth us trying to drive around there to begin with. Seeing if we catch up with her. I hope so. Maybe first I'll save my other piece of dung for a bit later. We can maybe pan round and have a look where I just got that from. So, anybody wanting to play along? All you need to do is send through who you think dung it. Send through your answers to questions at wildosafari.tv and put in the subject line who you think made this dung, and I'll show you the relative size, but you can actually see where I got it from. So there you go. So that's the size of it. And there's two parts to this question, just if it wasn't hard enough already. So you can get a point for whose dung it is, but also you can get a point for if it's male or female. So this is the size of the dung. I've just broken it open so you can see what's inside. So who made it, and if it's male or female. See how many people get this one right. You see tiny fragments in there. Okay, so we'll leave that one. I think I'll have to start trying to write these down as well, otherwise I'm going to forget. How many pieces of dung we found. So if you were on this morning's game drive, this is going to be dung number 4. We'll start afresh. But if you were on the game drive this morning, then keep your tally. Oh look. Yep. Cheryl! You could also be right. Maybe they have stripes just because they want to be fashionable. Could be the case. And Kevin asking, zebras part of the horse family. Yes, they are, Kevin. Are part of the horse family. Binky coming back with the right answer for the first part of the question. But is it male or female? Stations Tootlemete on the eastern side of quarantine. And just behind them as well. Some of the small antelopes, you might be able to see them quite nicely. And the closest relative that we have here on the reserve to the zebra is actually the rhino.
Also, Kaminyari, just east of Ruwati, between Jalapen and Walter's Nest.
Ah, okay, so the buffalo are somewhere close to where we left them this morning. And Karuda's track somewhere by Chelapan, so I think we do need to check down on Twin Dams Road. Maybe even in the drainage line. Binky, Nana, and Roy getting the animal right, but not the sex of the animal. Close, Raisa, getting the sex right, but not the species. Kevin saying it's a male but doesn't know what. Laura, wrong, sorry, not a zebra female. Who is that? Liv. Hi, Liv. A male Steenbok. Nope, sorry, not a male Steenbok. And I think I see some warthogs. Ah, Janina coming back with the right answer for both. Well done, Janina. And Cheryl Ann, right on the species, wrong on the sex. Sorry. And correct answer, Deb. Well done. Now I'm just looking at the wind and feeling the wind hitting my face. So the wind's actually going from the front of Gunda to behind the Gunda, basically. So from the giraffe towards us. So the giraffe might just walk, if feeding on certain species, actually walking upwind. And the reason for that, and I think they're still researching it. I don't think they've completely found that it's completely true. But many species of tree increase their tannin levels, and the tannin makes it quite bitter in particular species of tree. And when they're being browsed upon like the giraffe is doing now, they'll release more tannins into the leaves to make them taste bitter. And there's only so much bitterness the giraffe can take before having to move on. And quite often they'll walk upwind because some of the trees will communicate chemically. And they'll release a chemical that gets transferred downwind to the next trees. And if they haven't been browsed upon, they will actually respond to that and increase the tannin levels before they're actually browsed on. So by the time the animal gets there to start feeding, that's when they'll already have been bitter, so they won't be able to feed on as many leaves. So if you wonder why giraffes move from tree to tree, that's one of the reasons why. So they don't feed on all of the leaves, they just feed on a few until the tree just becomes too bitter. So if they walk upwind, then there won't be any trees that have been affected by that chemical communication. You can see there's the youngster in the background there. If you watch as well the lips and the tongue, you can see the tongue poking out there, and it's that blue-black colour. Don't often get a chance to see the colour of the tongue. You see it wrapping around the branches and actually stripping the leaves off, especially off this, it looks like it's a bush willow there that she's feeding on. Nice easy tree to eat. And the lips as well, quite versatile. And lots of hairs around the lips and on the chin, and they're sensory, so that they can actually feel where the lips are and where the thorns are in relation to the lips, and where the branches are and the leaves as well. So it actually helps them to find the food, while even though they're going to be able to see, they can still feel. No, it's just an impala lady. One impala comes running in and upsetting everybody. Let's see if we can go on the other side of her. We had quite an interesting question this morning, I can tell you. It sparked quite a big debate when we got back to camp. Someone was asking this morning the stride length of a giraffe. I have been looking. I think a couple of people said on one of the websites they found it was 15 feet. Now I must admit I got my maths a little bit wrong this morning. Saying 15 feet was about 2 meters, which obviously is not. Probably more like 5 meters. Now I think 5 meters is probably an exaggeration. I've been looking up what a stride actually is, and the stride is from she's watching the zebra now. There's some more zebra that have come out. They're all keeping in communication, just keeping a watch out for things. But basically where the foot was, and it returns to that same position, that's known as a stride. So as I was saying this morning, stride in animals is usually about the size or the length of the torso. The body length, which is what I was calling the body, which is the torso. And that can help to give you the length of the animal, not including the tail and not including the head usually, but just the body length. So I reckon for the giraffe, I think it must be around 1.5 meters, 2 meters, because of the way the giraffe actually walks. And maybe one step could possibly be... No, she is still watching. There's a lot of zebra coming out now. But if she walks, we can maybe just have a quick look. Or if I can try and find some tracks for you, we can actually measure it. I think that's probably going to be the best way. Ah. Copy. Can I come and join you? I'm close by. I was wondering if he was going to pop up. Apparently Nduna is just south of Gowrie Dam. I wonder, everyone looks a little bit fidgety. Giraffes watching zebra, zebra watching impala, impala watching giraffe. All just trying to pick up on whether there is something around. Just that one impala just being a little bit skittish. Chased all the other impala. Hello, lady. Rasco! Sorry, not right. Kudu male. Who was that? Ellen? Alan! Alan! Good afternoon, Alan. Nyala female. Nope, not Nyala female. You watching us, lady? Dr. Rita, giraffe. Nope, not quite. A little bit too small for giraffe. There we go. Just have a quick look at the impala. But I am going to get down to where Nduna is, just in case he does disappear. Did we see the impala? It's quite a nice... Oh, there's the warthog there as well. Warthog just interrupted the feeding there. Who was that? Kevin. Kevin's saying springbuck. Nope, sorry, we don't have any springbuck here. So it's been a little while since we've actually seen giraffes. But we've seen them in the last couple of days. A few people have been missing the giraffes. And somebody wanting to know if we have warthog. I think we've been doing well for warthog now. But I know there's going to be quite a few people wanting to see Nduna as well. And seems we're so close. So we can just drive around it a little bit. Do you know you've got an oxpecker on your head? Yes, I'm sure. Okay. Down here. Ephraim, come in. You just below the damn wall. Sorry, Confer, do I need to come into the drainage line or stay on the wall? I wonder if Elle's watching. I know she was saying she's been missing in Duna. I was hoping he was going to pop out. So what seems to happen is that when there's nice weather, he does seem to pop up somewhere. It's been a little while since we've seen this little boy. Although we haven't seen Mishu for a while. Oh, nice. There's a hi kingfisher. Try and see if we come back again. Oh, he's in his little spot. The amount of times we check down here. go down Twin Downs Road?
Yeah, we're coming just halfway. This was for them called understand.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
We can check that time now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll see if I can go into the drainage line. Okay, well, let's see if I can get you a better view. Just, yeah, just see if I can see just a little bit more through there.
Yeah, I'm leaving one station for the Ingwala, till the Ingwala Pan. Space for two. Okay, copy it, yeah. Note of the dam. Okay, got you.
Ellen!
And also
Is
like
it
to
Ellen?
tell us could roll and calls again. Because was a moot encounter. Okay, copy.
Wanting to know about Mishu when he's last been seen, and I can't even remember the last time we saw Mishu. I think that was... Oh, sorry, Eleanor, that was it. Sorry, Eleanor. I can't even remember the last time. I think it was a good couple of months ago now. But I think he was spraying a lot, and I wonder if that was why he was pushed down. He's just down... If you go in behind us, that's where Ephraim was, and he's just down here. Hello.
Hello. What are you
But it could be because he was spraying quite a lot. Maybe Yambili saw him off, or maybe even Karula saw him off. Although we have started seeing this little boy spraying as well. And maybe he just decided that it was a time for him to leave. Maybe he wasn't chased off at all. Without seeing it, it's very difficult to say for sure what happened between them. But there is the right age for them to leave home and go off and find a territory to take over or to establish. Although they are still a little bit small, so they could be finding it difficult with all the big male leopards that are in the area. Although a lot of them are getting old. And apparently in Arathusa there's 6 males, and maybe even Mishu's one of them. I think he's been seen there a couple of times. So it could be that's where he's staying at the moment. But there's 6 young males who are around that area.
I can't copy you all that while I'm on the handout. I'll give you a shout when I'm present.
Now, if we do have any new viewers on board, or people who have never met this leopard before, he is the son of Karula, and he's part of her second litter, him and Mishu, who I was just been talking about. Probably about 2.5 years old, just over 2.5 years old now, born in November. And with them being males, they probably will establish the territory at some stage, somewhere. But he's becoming quite an efficient little hunter. I do wonder if apparently a lot of Karula's tracks were around here, just on the other side, down by Chelapan. So I'm wondering if she is in the drainage line somewhere. And it'd be very interesting to see her if she does come across in Duna, because then it'll actually answer quite a few questions.
Tracking steady ground.
And while the sun's pretty high, he's found himself quite a nice shady spot here. Sorry, who was asking? Myra! Good afternoon, Myra. And asking, do they have a high respiration? Very high respiration. And when they've eaten, they do tend to breathe heavier and quicker. More rapidly, should I say. When they eat, they produce a lot of heat, and especially during the day, even in the winter time, it can be quite warm. So they always look quite uncomfortable. So if their stomach is expanded, which his isn't, but I think he has eaten something small. They do tend to breathe more rapidly when they have eaten something to when they haven't eaten. Okay, so let's have a quick look in the drainage line. See how far we get down here. So I remember at one stage, myself and Mark came in from the other side, and we did come out around here. So I'm sure it is possible to do the whole length of this drainage line, but I'm not entirely sure exactly where. So we might have to... Oh no, we came out the other side, didn't we? Maybe we should go in a little bit further down then. Let's try that. Hi Hares, good afternoon to you. And I've not heard anything about Mufufenyan since the other day when he was fighting off a lion in the tree. So I don't know how his injury is. But I'm sure he'll be fine. Maybe one of the other lodges has seen him. So, what was the answer to my question earlier? Whose dung was it? It was a male impala.
Chelapan heading west.
Chelapan heading west now, okay. Tracks heading west from Chelapan. I wonder if that's where she has been all this time. The reason why it was male is because he was using a midden. So, male impala also use middens. just like a rhino, just like a gnu or a wildebeest, we use middens. And I see a male nyala walking off into the bush. And he's following a few female nyala. Boys, girls. Young bull just starting to become quite a dark black colour on his body. And there's the females, very different to the males. And these guys don't use middens because they don't hold territories. That's one of the big differences between the Nyala and the Impala, social structure wise. They don't tend to form as big a herds as the Impala. You tend to find them more in the bush like this. You don't often see them out and about in the open.
Negative, south of Greece Camp, negative. Okay, thank you. Keep me updated when you leave. Coming, but I'm still, this is far away. Yeah, this is my daughter is mobile to get there now.
Oh, his Duna's gonna get up.
More west, where they usually. What time towards what? Yeah, I think it's gonna come back to the bushes at room 1.
Okay, I'll see if we can go and catch up with Induna before he disappears then.
It's on the north of the dam, heading west.
Aubrey, come in.
Alright.
Can I rejoin that lock?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Back. Maybe if the Zoomy is watching, Annie and Duna's already started moving. Maybe we can have a watch out on the waterhole channel. No. And it just goes to show, sometimes they can sleep for a little while longer, and then sometimes they can just get up and move. And there's no real way of knowing exactly when that's going to be, but that's why we do spend a little bit of time with them. Hello, how you doing? Oh, very well, thank you. Sorry, I thought you were going to head that way. Did you see him?
Yeah.
Is he still on? Oh, he's still that side. Oh, okay. Are you going back over? No worries. Oh, I see him, he's over there. Sorry, who was that? Beth. Good afternoon to you, Beth. Wanting to know what animal do leopards hunt mostly? it depends on the individual and their individual taste and how well they hunt. Some may have a particular taste for a steenbok, some may have a particular taste for impala. So it's not really, you can't really say which animal gets hunted the most often really. It depends on what's in the area as well. In every area it will be different, so you may have some leopards eating a particular species in one area, maybe because it's more abundant, than maybe in other areas. But anything's on the menu, anything they can get their claws into, from tortoises, maybe even terrapins sometimes, to rodents, to insects, to might have to go on the other side. Okay, they're saying he's gone through there. We're gonna go around this way. See if we can catch up with him there. Oh, there he goes. Actually, I think we've been through there before. Which way are you going in, Duna? Looks like he's diverting that way. Okay, let's see if we can go around, because the other two vehicles have gone that way. Sorry, Heron. Some places, maybe monkeys are on the menu, maybe even baboons. Where are you looking, squirrel? He's gone through here already. Can't see him. The squirrel was calling. Maybe he's found another spot. He looked like he came straight through here. Squirrel apparently can see him though. Yeah, Deb. Asking if winners of the Dung question win a sample of the Dung. I think that'd be a problem at the customs for sending it over. Teresa! Good afternoon to you. Wondering how often leopards hunt. Oh, that was something I forgot off the list. Birds, guinea fowl. was on the list. It depends on what they've last eaten. If they've eaten something small, then they'll need to hunt sometimes straight away. If it's a scrub hare, for example. If it's something big, like an impala, then that could sustain them for a few days. You might not need to go and hunt for a few days after that. Sorry, confirm, do you have visual?
Yeah, not yet. Only want to take a certain just south from my mobile, southwest. Traffic is heading straight to the
So unless he continued on, maybe Squirrel could see him over here. Go down a little bit further. A little bit too far already, but you never know. Sometimes when they move, they move.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Yeah, takes way around 40 and we take 46. Try to call Tara. She told them.
I didn't.
Someone put us in a place before.
I didn't see the MBC this morning. I think it was Ephraim. He said somewhere by Bushbright site, so I went to try and find them and I couldn't see them. So I think they might have found it into the Schlatine already.
Thank you.
What are you listening to, Niall? I can hear a squirrel calling. It's just chattering. Maybe we should go up a little bit further then. Any sign that side, Aubrey?
Okay.
I'm just checking, just in case he came this way.
Okay.
Watch out, Dun's about. Maybe he didn't get this far then. If these guys see him, they'll give us a bark at least. Young Yara's already quite dark. Can't be more than a couple of years old.
There's some visual of Ingwe at Gary Dam. Yeah, we lost the visual. It's on the northwest of that dam, but we can't find them anymore. Thank you.
Sorry, Julie. Good afternoon to you, Julie. I couldn't quite hear what you were asking. Could maybe just get the question repeated. Ephraim's trying to follow up on those tracks of Karula.
Was heading west towards the river. Yeah, from Japan, we come away before the river gate. There's a small muddy there. The contour from the summer sun. Yeah, I'm full of water there.
Going to very deep bush. Very, very deep bush. But the cubs are with her apparently. You saw the tracks of the cubs. Hold on in, Juno. Where did you go? I saw you go in. Wanting to know if Battalier are birds of prey. Yes, they are classified as birds of prey. Apparently, they can also be known as the short-tailed snake eagle, which is a new one on me. They generally eat carrion. That's the main food source is carrion from other animals. Very good at spotting it as well. But they are capable of killing their own food as well. Snakes, rodents, reptiles. I wonder if he's on that little termite mound that he likes. Squirrel said he could see him. Maybe just somewhere down here. And the squirrel was calling him. We saw him from up here, so I think he must have gone this way a little bit. Maybe settled himself down somewhere. Say you could see him. This is basically where we last saw him. Maybe he went through here.
Union stations, we look at the Ngala from this morning. Yeah, I think we will go on some of this time. I'm just north of Yala, then I'll go for the review. I can come in.
The squirrel has stopped calling. Where did you disappear to, Anduna? Are you gonna come out and say hello to us again? Well, at least we managed to get to see him. Yeah. Square peg round hole. Okay. Let's try along here again, because it could be that he's moved. Think like a leopard. Think small. Breathe in. You can make it. We just need to paint a few spots on the side of the gun there, and we can blend in. We'll even fool the monkey. highway compared to that. Squirrel anymore. We've even seen Misha climbing trees after squirrels. So even squirrels aren't safe from the leopard. Trouble is, the ground is so hard, it doesn't really register the tracks too well. Nothing. No alarm calls. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Some Franklins. Check out on the termite mound there for me. I'm a little bit low down, I can't really see too well. Well, I haven't seen him yet. I haven't heard any barking. It just goes to show leopard can just suddenly be there and then suddenly not be there. And this is what makes them so elusive. They really can just melt into the bush. Hey, go away bird, can you see him? Go away bird's looking down here. Hi, lad fam. Wanting to know how many spotters we have out and letting us know where the animals are. It can change from day to day, but they're not really spotters, they're guides taking guests out on drives. So the more people you have out on a drive, the more chance you have of finding the animals, because you can help each other. So I think Ephraim actually found in Duna. He told us about it. If we'd have found in Duna, we would have told everybody about it. So sometimes we become the spotters. Sometimes they're the spotters. Just depends on who finds the animal. And some days it's just us out and about on our little lonesome. And some days there's a number of vehicles from different lodges out and about. And some days it's even the zoomies. Around the waterhole camera. Well, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to give Duna up for the time being. We've exhausted everywhere that he might be, possibly just lying low. I did hear the Franklins go. Maybe he's going to set himself up for some guinea fowl tonight. He's just been lying low underneath one of these bushes. I've driven past him a couple of times, but because they blend in so well with their environment, it could be that I've just not seen him. It just seems a little bit odd that he has just disappeared. I think that's likely. Slipped through the net. Tree stump. Have you seen a leopard? Nope. I do not. Okay. Well, at least we saw it. Hey, Yala. You're gonna find him for us now. He's not sitting up in a tree anywhere, is he? Nope. Marilyn? Wondering if we ever found the missing wheel nut. I don't think so. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, is he gone? There goes the grey heron. Oh, maybe Induna's on his way over to see Craig. Maybe he went through the bush and out the other side. Because that Nyala's not giving us anything. And he's pretty close to where Induna went through. It's just here. So, I think, sorry. Sometimes it is worth just continuing looking in an area, because sometimes they do just pop up. It's going to pop up somewhere here. By the roads. Ah, okay. So while we make our way down towards Treehouse Dam, in that area, see if we have any luck. We need to go and check the guinea. Apparently some guinea fowl lambing around by Yuri's house. So maybe he cut through the lodge while we were up on the other side. It's funny because there was 3 vehicles out watching for him. I'm saying sometimes it can just be that you just watch the wrong hole. Try and predict where the animal's going to come out. So he may have snuck past just as all 3 of us got around the other side, and maybe that squirrel could have already seen him beyond, which was why I went on further. The guys are still trying to follow up on Karula's tracks outside, so let's have a look around Yuri's house and have a look at what's upsetting the guinea fowl. The cheeky way. So maybe it cut through the lodge. high up, but maybe something walked past. Just to give them an alarm.
Dung coming from the north.
Sorry, I missed what was that block? There's a little Dacre. Some more guinea fowl here. Oh. Hi Dacre. Aubrey, come in. Sorry, did you say you had a lock at Treehouse Dam?
Yeah, negative is stopping for food.
Okay, copy, thank you. Okay, stopping for a drinks break at Treehouse Dam. No sign of the Gary gang.
There is 6 signs, one back towards the dam.
Yeah, very much so, Kevin. You ever get the feeling sometimes the animals are playing hide and seek? I think so sometimes. What's wrong, guinea fowl? See, now they're out in the open and they're chattering away. So they're not taking cover. So there's no aerial predators around. Guinea fowl, what are you doing? Running round and round in circles by the looks of it. I'm sure it makes sense to them. Ooh. Red-billed buffalo weavers. They're the ones that build those big nests. Beautiful red bill. Okay. So, Karula's tracks. Somewhere between Twin Dams Road, Chelapan, and Weaver's Nest Road. Goes in there with the cubs. Just wondering, maybe Induna will make his way to Tamborti Dam. Maybe let's try Twin Dams Road. Let's see if we have any luck with Karula. So do maybe Weaver's Nest down onto Chelapan. Twin Dams Road and kind of do a bit of a zigzag kind of thing. Gary gang should be coming back by now. tonight, or maybe they're going to come back a little bit late. Still don't know what was upsetting those guinea fowl though. They weren't high up. When there's a leopard around, they tend to go quite high up into a tree. Very little, frankly. But they were just on a sort of branch, maybe about 50 centimetres off the ground. And most of them were on the ground. Maybe whatever they saw wasn't going to be a huge threat to them. Okay, well, as we're driving, Dung number 2. Bushbuck alarming north of Gowrie Dam. Okay, let's give it another go then. Oh. Okay, quite far north. Okay, let's give it one last go. As we're driving, you can try and decide what Dung this is. I was actually thinking maybe you'll come out on Ruby Road, so maybe that's why there's alarming there. Let's give it a go. So there are guys searching this area, but whose dung is this? And monkeys are also alarming just north of the dam. Okay, so we didn't stick around long enough. Dung is this. Actually break this off. That'd be one piece. Pretty much the same, quite fine, like the impala dung we had earlier. It's not impala dung. I'll give you that one for free. But that's what it normally looks like. Big clump of it. Hello, Niana. Wasn't you barking, was it?
Okay, so I'm going to be doing this in Ghana. I went mobile. I couldn't start off the WhatsApp. I'm going to use one if I can remember that.
Ooh. Sorry, Hornbill. Towards the north of the dam. Apparently we should be able to hear the monkeys from here. See, the guinea fowl have gone onto that side of the dam. Not hearing the monkeys.
Okay, so I'm going to be closing down at 15 time and then next 5 minutes.
have a look around that block where they lost Karula's tracks. Because we didn't really get a nice view of Induna. Get in the right area, so I'm just going to hear the alarm calls. And who knows when Induna's going to pop up again, same as Karula. I know we haven't seen him too long. Maybe to go in towards the lodge. Sorry, sir. Oh, there he is! Ha! The boy. Well done, Craig. Oh no, where are you going? Where are you going, little boy? Don't tell me he's done it again. This is not on Induna. Yeah, I think so. If he has done it again, then we will have to move it. He didn't look too bothered. Say some days I don't want to be seen. He went up into here. He went up into here. guess he doesn't want to be bothered today then. I think we are going to have to leave him. Because usually he's not too bothered. He wasn't walking at a very quick pace. I hear the Franklin behind calling. I might remember this was the old hyena den where the female had her cubs at one stage. Okay, and Duna, we shall leave you to it then. So there was no aggression there or anything like that. So they know where to go and hide if they don't want to be seen. And obviously today is one of those days. Been out in the open, and now he's had enough. Maybe he's going to be making his way up towards Tambosi Dam at some stage. But let's continue our search for Karula then. Nduna's not wanting to play today. He's hiding as well as that. But at least we know he's here and he's doing well by the looks of him. Anybody wanting to play along? Who's done this is? Questions at watersafari.tv. It was actually the block north of Elephant School, south of Chelapan Road, and in between Twin Dams and Weaver's Nest, that big block there. So let's have a drive down, and we'll maybe go down Twin Dams Road. See if we have some luck. Some of the guides were following up that in that area. It sounds like people have stopped for a little break.
Heading mobile after Dung.
So let's go and see if we can have a look ourselves. The station's relocated. Nduna briefly founded north into the Slateen again, from Boyatella Lodge. I'm not following up. I've lost count of how many times I've been across this wall today. Curious behaviour by the guinea fowl though. And the monkeys were still calling even though he was on the road, so the monkeys must have still been able to see him on the road from where they were sitting. So we have to remember that. It's quite useful just to see how far it is that they can see. Sometimes we've had them calling and we can't find where the leopard's been hiding. Only once he was past that little spot that they stopped calling. Bless you. Bless you. Not zebra dung. Actually, let me stop and show you. I can have a quick zoom in on the dung so you can see it properly. There you go.
Where are you taking? Nothing. Come on, there.
And that's a piece of it.
Did you gonna pass to the one motor and one passing island?
So that's the dung.
I'm sure I'm moving somewhere.
So this would be question number 6. So when I see some nice tracks will be involved too. And you can tally up over the next week or so, or 8 days, and see how well you do. See who gets 100%. But you've got to be truthful, no cheating. You can keep a record of how many drives you're able to go on. So we're up to question 6. 6 is the dung I've just held up. Nearly said it then. Nearly gave the answer away. Okay, lady. Where are you? talk. Not quite. Who was saying caribou? Timothy. See, with the temperature plummeting, it could well be caribou actually. But no, not this time, sorry. Kevin. Saying no idea what it is. But I don't think many girls are like me, Kevin. Saying, giving him an idea for a game on a date. Yeah, I think normal girls really wouldn't appreciate it, Kevin. Right, sir. Well done. Coming back with the right answer. Roy, Buffalo. Kev, Kudu. See where you're coming from? But nope. Buffalo is more like a cow patch. Quite flat. Remember, they drink a lot of water, more than other four-chambered stomach animals. Binky, not Waterbuck. And who was that? Jonathan. Jonathan? Okay, keep your eyes peeled, everybody. This is the block where Karula might be. You've got to keep your eyes peeled. I think they said that there wasn't really any of the kill left. I'm just wanting to check this road just in case there was. She stashed the kill somewhere. I thought she would have made her way over there sometime this morning, but it sounds like she spent maybe some of the day here. Not battlers are calling. I've never really taken much notice of the Aramark babblers until I saw them the other day calling for Karula. Quite insistent. Apparently there was tracks backs and forwards here. Unfortunately the vehicles have driven over them. Quick look. Around the drainage line. We also need to keep a lookout for Yambili as well. Maybe he's going to meet up with Karula. How's our tire doing, Seb? Okay, cool. All is good. People have got the right answer so far. Sneak past. Lisa with giraffe. Sorry, Lisa, not the right answer. Deb also saying giraffe. Remember, it's got quite a long way to fall, so it tends to split apart. Rose, what did Rose come back with? Robin, buffalo. Nope, not buffalo. Who was that? Rob. Oh, Glynis. Glynis. Welcome on board, Glynis. With what was the answer? I'm getting confused now. Glynis, I think, got the right answer. Yes, Glynis got the right answer. And someone said elephant. Brian said elephant. Nope, not elephant. Too small for elephant. Oh, elephant shrew. Too big for elephant shrew. Ed, extremely constipated baboon. I'd be very worried. You need to find you some baboon dung. Actually, baboon dung really doesn't taste. No, I've definitely not been tasting baboon dung. Doesn't smell good. Warthog. Nope, not warthog. Ooh. Luan. Kudu. Nope, not kudu. Sending through some information the other day. Some of you might remember a question was asked the other day about belly buttons in birds. Now they don't have belly buttons like humans, but Luan actually sent through some information, and I did forget that the yolk is actually fed into the chick via kind of the equivalent of an umbilical cord. So when they are born, they do have a little scar there, and it does, well, the scar is after they are born, but adult birds don't have it. So it's a very funny one. So they kind of do when they're chicks, but they don't have a belly button like we have or other mammals have. Thanks for that, Luan, sending that information through. That was a news to me. I suppose I should have thought about it a little bit more. But technically, as I say, I was not wrong. Just didn't have all the facts. Okay, lady. Where are you going to pop out? Or have you got a kill in here? So it was very, very thick bush where her tracks went into that area. You had a look around in there, couldn't find her. It sounds like her and the cubs are here, unless they have out somewhere. So I do want to have a look around. Someone's at Treehouse Down. Looking around there. Look around Twin Dams as well. Unfortunately, those lions are still sleeping. over in Zimbabwe. So I'm hoping at some stage I'm going to make the way over this way. That'll be very nice. 4 males we've not met before. I don't think we've met before. Apparently they're part of a coalition of 6. It was GNU, or wildebeest. It tends to clump together like that. More so in the summer than the winter, but still. It's very characteristic of GNU or wildebeest dung to clump together. And again, a 4-chambered stomach animal, so that's why you've got little pellets with very, very small debris in it, or particles in it. They have a very efficient stomach. A lot of bacteria in the rumen, and with them regurgitating the food and chewing it around again with saliva and the bacteria, and they really break down the plants. It's like the head of a cub sitting on top of a termite mound.
Long call, heading north on the Midwest. I take the monotriple and joining the Scala today. There is Kaya.
Who is that? Roy came back with rhino. Sorry, Roy, not rhino. Who was that? Getting a little bit of break up there. I didn't quite hear who it was, but someone said. I said about baboon dung not smelling good, what dung does. It's very true. Although a lot of the herbivore dung does not, it either doesn't smell or it doesn't smell bad. I mean, elephant dung is not, to me, it doesn't smell offensive. And neither does the rhino dung. Rhino dung sometimes actually smells quite sweet. But then again, maybe it's just my nose. Marissa, hyena, or some kind of canine. Sorry, Marissa. Nope, not me. Laura, kudu. Nope, not kudu. Not kudu. And if you want to go back and watch the archives and join in the game, then you're more than welcome to do that. So if you did miss the drives, or if you do miss the drives and you want to carry on, see how many you get. Play along again. Stations on Gary Main close to Baboon Pan.
You got something there, Tara?
Negative. I was just wondering if you had a look.
Don't know. I think there was some Gary there somewhere earlier.
Confirm it's not you.
Not enough, yeah. We're just open at the moment.
Okay, copy. Something in the road. Could be buffalo. Which station on Gary Main close to the Twin Dams? Yep. Not getting anything. Well, that's a lie. Getting Oh, good, thank you. Do you see any side of Ingwe down there? No. Oh well. Shut up, man.
Okay, Georgia, can I go?
In case anybody missed, it was wildebeest or gnu. Here at Twin Dams, the crew that like to use a lot of the roads. I'm thinking if she's going to move the cub somewhere, Hippo is calling. Oh, there he is. Hippo's kind of half out the water. So just say, Mr. Hippo. This is possibly the hippo we saw this morning in the drainage line. Might have already been eating during the day, so taking the opportunity to sleep a little bit tonight. Okay. See you later, Mr. Hippo. Sign of the crocodile for a while. I just saw the eye. I was getting excited then, I thought it was young Billy. I quite heard all of the comment, but I think Eleanor was asking if what we get for winning the dung spitting competition. You don't get anything, just a recognition. Being able to spit the dung the furthest. Oh, the technique. Oh, okay, the technique used to win. I think you have to have a big set of lungs, which I don't have. I've never had, what's the word? Large lung volume. I think it's called lung capacity, I think. Yes, lung capacity. I've never actually had. I remember doing, again it was at school actually, blowing into a tube and trying to see how big your lung capacity was, and mine really wasn't that good, and I think that's partly my problem. To win you got to have quite a big lung capacity, and I think quite a good technique is to throw your head kind of forward, not down, so you kind of push your head forward. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'd like to see you and Herman having a film competition. I'd like to have seen that. Let's see who can throw it furthest. Okay, right then. Gorilla. There's a lot of people here that would love to see you. Terry! Hi Terry! Wondering if any of the animals spray like a skunk does. Apparently, the Zorilla does. The striped polecat, which I've never seen one here. I think that does actually spray a bit like a skunk. Oh. She's popped out. Sorry, Ephraim, confirm is she on Voya Tele Access?
Yeah, affirmative.
Copy, can I come and join you? Aha! She's popped out by Voya Tele Access.
Can I come and join you? Yeah, copy. Okay.
drive around, it does make you wonder where sometimes these animals sit, and they could just be sitting a few metres off the road with their head down. There's no way of knowing that they're there.
Coming down. Just getting stopped. Someone is those.
Copy that, Ephraim. Branch was breaking. There's an Ellie. I see an Ellie. Don't block the road, Mr. Ellie. I think there's a couple more. quiet at the back. I'm not going to stay too long because I'm not a great lover of the spotlights. Just have a quick look at baby Ellie. I've just gone behind the bush there. There it is. So it was just the... if it wasn't for the branch breaking, we never would have known they were there. Okay, she's going down Zoe's road apparently, so we're going to take Rebecca's and see if we can catch up with her there, because otherwise going up and coming down again it's going to be quite a long way to go. Like she might be on her own this time, so maybe she's left the cubs in that block. She's gone off to hunt. I didn't hear Ephraim mention the cubs. I'm going to be with you very shortly. I'm just coming along Rebecca's road now.
Okay, come in.
From the road. Road very shortly. Now you can kind of guess where the leopards are going to end up, but at the end of the day, as you can see, it's not always predictable. At the end of the day, they do have their own agendas and they have their own plans, and just like humans, you can't predict predict what humans are going to do, but
Guys, I'm talking about yard nowhere safe. Hereby we're below actually sit up and that's not I got the light to disconnect that. Yeah, you're more than welcome to join us.
confirm for me, are you actually on Zoe's Road or are you still avoid tunnel access?
We are Zoe's Road, but just south of Weird next.
This may feel very fast to you guys. We're actually only doing normal game drive speeds. We actually drop our speed quite considerably for the camera.
Going mobile fast enough. As far as our long term setup, just going to be turning around, but take a business.
Especially with the way or the camera looks out, you're not seeing a very wide view. You're only seeing the sides, which makes the movement actually look much faster than what it is. So normally we go very, very slow. I want to try and catch up with Karula for you because I know we haven't seen her for a few days. And she's walking down the road, so hopefully we'll catch up with her. Hopefully she should be around this corner if what I understand from them, if I've understood it correctly. I'm seeing lights. Standing by.
Yeah, she's still mobile south in the Lela here.
Copy, coming in from the south, so I should be with you. I've got your headlights.
Okay, copy guys. She just hit that corner. She's just about to take that corner now. Sorry, she's going mobile north. Oh, sorry, west instead of selecting here now.
She's just on the road, she apparently just went in here.
Put a gap there where you're on now and maybe just go in, because she's going into that thick bush there at the moment.
Let's see where she went.
Yeah, I'm going to be moving on next.
Lex, and do you still have visual of her? Where is that? Right over there? So she just went in here. Just not been our day today, hey? Fortunately, sometimes that is the way it goes. Sometimes you can be at the right place at the right time. Other times, you can be just in the wrong place. Yeah, there's some Impala that side, so I don't particularly want to. Yeah, all Impala there. Huh? I'm positive, yeah. There's plenty of them, otherwise there's a lot of leopards there. A leap of leopards there. That'd be nice to actually have a whole leap of leopards. It can happen. This is where she went in, so maybe we should just stay here and see if we can hear anything behind us. So if there are Impala there, she might just be hunting them. Back out onto the road. So she's not hunting these guys. She may or may not be. Let's just go a little bit further down the road, because sometimes she cuts off and then sometimes she comes out a little bit further down the road and carries on. See if that's what she's done. I've purposely not put the spotlight on the impala just because if she is out and about and she is trying to hunt, we don't want to sway her, and that's why I wasn't gonna just shine the light on her. I just wanted to see if we could just spot her quickly so we knew where she was, but unfortunately that wasn't going to be the case because we would have shielded her from the sight of the impala if we did see her, so it wouldn't have swayed the hunt. It wouldn't show the impala, or her to the impala, should I say. But unfortunately, they must have just caught her attention because apparently she was walking down the road and literally just before we came around that corner she just went off the road and they must have just caught her attention. We might just have to try again a little bit further down the road because, as I say, sometimes she does that. Sometimes she'll go off, and if conditions aren't favourable, then she will actually come back out onto the road and continue on. And I'm just listening to see if the impala are going to give an alarm call. Here. Now at night, unfortunately, we can't actually show an animal hunting, and the reason being, if you put the spotlight on the impala, then it shows the impala up to the leopard, and it actually will blind the animals to a certain degree, so it's going to actually give them a unfair advantage to the predator. And if you shine the spotlight on the predator while they're hunting, then you're going to give an unfair advantage to the prey. So you could actually sway the hunt. So it's very unethical to actually shine the spotlight while there is a hunt going on. That's why, as I say, I'm not putting the spotlight over the other side at all, where those impala are. But I think, unfortunately, it looks like we're not going to be able to say hello to Karula tonight. But I do wonder if she did leave the cubs in that block, or even close to Gowrie Dam again. I didn't see any tracks of her. But maybe that's what the guinea fowl were calling for. We just didn't see her. But she may have been making her way close to the lodge, and with Induna being around as well. Remember I said to you I thought it was a bit odd that the guinea fowl were calling that side, and then they flew actually over onto the other side of the dam, and maybe that was why. But we didn't see anything, unfortunately. Say, some days the animals work with you, and some days they don't. Unless we try void access She was walking down that way. And then came down here. Let's try a little bit further along. Hi Robin. Good evening to you. How well can a leopard see in the dark with no moon? Pretty well, I believe. And they've also got very good eyesight and, very good hearing and smell, so that will also help them. But apparently their eyesight's 6 times better than ours. That could be their daytime vision, but nighttime I'm pretty sure they'll also have a very good or much better nocturnal eyesight than what we do. Because leopards do tend to hunt a lot at night. Might even just be going over towards the Impala Plains. Let's try Voyatella access quickly. Side that's sheltered by the vegetation. Hi Alicia! Wanting to know the size of Alessio. Sorry. Wanting to know if there's a difference in weight between Mafufanyaan and Mvula, how big Mvula is. I think height-wise, I think Mvula is taller than Mafufanyaan. He's a big boy. So I think Mafufanyaan probably weighing in. I would say Mafufanyaan probably about 75 and Mvula's probably about 80, 85. Maybe not 85, but maybe about 80. I don't think there's too much difference between them. Yeah, I'm just going to quickly check a little bit along here. You never know. She might have just popped out the other side. Back here. Okay. She's gonna try something.
Left Gala is on the west of Manchester, just off Manchester, Slightly slow.
Unfortunately, I think we are going to have to say goodbye. So yeah, I don't know if she has stuck around or not. We'll certainly see if we can come back here tomorrow and have a look. And as I say, unfortunately, it's going to be probably quite frustrating just to sit with the lights off. And so it's quite dark. So I'm thinking if something was going to happen, I think she would have done it by now. But if we do hear anything in the next 5 minutes or so, so we're pretty close to camp, so hopefully we should hear something if anything does go down, then we'll definitely let you guys know. But unfortunately, it's one of those days. And as I say, it just goes to show sometimes just spending that little bit of extra time with a sleeping animal can make all the difference. So hopefully you'll see sometimes why we sit there just a little bit longer than maybe what sometimes people really want to, but it just goes to show sometimes you can just lose them so quickly. But I think Induna was just wanting to be by himself, and unfortunately that's why the second time I thought I'm not going to follow him, because at the end of the day it looks like he does want to have some lone time. But you've got to respect that. Some days these animals don't want to be viewed, and sometimes they will sit there like he was and then decide that's it, enough today, thank you very much, and I'm going to go. And unfortunately for Karula, we just didn't get there in time, unfortunately. But hopefully tomorrow we will have some luck with her. Keep your fingers crossed. We try our best, but as I say, sometimes it works against us. But thank you very much for joining us here this afternoon. I hope you've enjoyed the Dung quiz at least, and keep those tallies, and let's see how well we do over the next week with the Dung. But there will be some tracks thrown in there as well when I see some nice tracks. Thanks Seb, thanks Craig back in final control, and hopefully Mark will have some luck with Karula, maybe the cubs tomorrow, or even those lions that are sleeping over by Zimbambili. I'm really hoping they might just make the way here. I'm really hoping. But take care everybody, we'll see you again here on Wild Earth. Bye for now.